All right, looks like we're live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Since there's no Exiled podcast, that's going to be next Sunday on Erock X channel. Don't miss it, the Thanksgiving special. I want to do something real quick with my brother Erock and Tuckmaster here. Uh, so let's just get the introductions out the way so we can get to the topic. Erock, please introduce yourself, my brother.
Hey guys, this is E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox, the hype man for the Xbox brand and the meanest man on YouTube. It's always great to come in and do anything I can to help out my exiled brothers, man. I did not know that Unlimited was going on earlier. I did not know that Sega Man was going on earlier, but Unlimited let me know he was going to try to do something, so I said, "Let me come on, man, because we gotta support each other, man, and
Yeah,
we got
exactly.
we got to help each other out, man. And it's always great to talk about these gaming topics with my exile brothers.
Yeah, definitely, man. I feel like we haven't been together on nothing a lot recently, so it's always great when you're able to join.
Oh man, and it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be rough next week because I
Yeah,
think I think all four of us or five of us is going to be in a turkey induced coma. So
yeah,
what I mean, we might not even be able to get our shit out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Talk
man.
properly.
And Tuckmaster, man, thank you as always for joining me. Tuckmaster, introduce yourself, my man.
Hello, everybody. This is your boy DJ Tuckmaster, the original motherfucking pony killer. I don't like them. They don't like me, and I don't give a rat's ass about the PS5, the PS4, PS3, all the generation motherfuckers. I don't care about them. So
And
let's get this ball rolling.
ladies and gentlemen, that is called consistency. Tuck has been saying that forever, forever. He never once bogged down on on hating the PlayStation, man. He was saying that with the PlayStation 4. He was probably saying that with the PlayStation 3. Hell, he was probably saying that with the PlayStation 2 when my ass was still in high school.
He never flipped. In fact, he gets on Hebot when Hebot be trying to be nice. Tuck don't
Yeah.
flip. That's what's up.
Hey, I respect that. I respect that. And man, that really is going to be the topic today, man. It is that so I said this on Sega Man's podcast, and I wasn't satisfied with my video this morning. I just woke up at the time. I listened to what Erock was saying. I was like, yeah, let me get my thoughts out there as well. But I don't think I got everything that I want to say. So that's why we're here later. And it's always better to have a discussion with these two. But the point is, man, since I kind of been noticing recently, right? I noticed I pointed out little times here. Hey, when did Destin Legary become such an Xbox fan? When did IGN start praising Xbox? When did so and so start praising Xbox? Where did all this Xbox love come from? I've been saying this all year, but I've been saying it so just little moments here and there that by time Forza Horizon 5 came out and I saw people talk about the Metacritics and all that stuff. That's where I was a bit taken aback because I'm like, no, guys, this is the Xbox community, the one that I was interacting with for the last number of years. They've been saying things like, Metacritic don't matter. I don't watch these award shows, so and so and so and all. But now I'm seeing this huge influx and these people to where it does matter, and they in short they're starting to sound like these damn ponies out here, except they're claiming Xbox, and then I start to notice something else. Uh, Iraq, a lot of people are quote unquote coming back to Xbox, man, and you broke it down so wonderfully today. And if you got any other energy, I would love for you to add anything else to it because it's look, I haven't been in doing this YouTube, at least this section of YouTube. I used, when I started out here, I was making gameplay videos and unboxing videos mostly. But when I came to this, as Erock said, the crumb side or something like that, that I jumped into a whole different world of the gaming world, something that Erock is far more familiar with, something that Tuck is far more familiar with. And I'm gonna start with you, Erock. What?
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm going to start with you. But man, what is it that you're seeing out there? Like this turnaround for Xbox as a whole has been fantastic for us, but I just don't like what I'm seeing from these frauds and people that are jumping back in, like fucking bandwagon sports fans.
And you know, I've only known you for, I think it's been you were a subscriber of mine for a while. I used to always see your comments in my comment section.
Yeah.
And we've known each other, I think, for a year, maybe a year, and had a chance to conversate and so forth. And so I have a pretty good gauge of who you are as a person and as a gamer. You are within your rights to be puzzled. You are within your rights to be like, what's going on? You are within your rights to be like, where are these people coming from? Dustin Legary, Ryan McCaffrey, you know, you were within your rights because you were one of the few guys I saw back in 2018 that was heavily invested in and playing State of Decay 2.
Yep.
When I went to your channel, you were one of the only guys that were putting up gameplay of classic games and putting up gameplay of Xbox games. And that's when we knew, okay, well, that's when I had a pretty good gauge. I don't know this guy, but he's Team Xbox. And when I say Team Xbox, I don't mean some zombie or some cult member. I mean you appreciate the Xbox games and the Xbox ecosystem, and you represent like we all have. Yeah. So you were within your right to be like, you know, hey, wait a minute, wasn't this guy Dustin Legary one of the guys that was dissing Xbox not even 2 years ago? Wasn't Ryan McCaffrey the guy who was telling us back in 2018, man, you know, Xbox players would love a game like God of War. Like all of a sudden, all of this praise. So, you know, I have seen, you know, I always call it a paradigm shift. I always call it a change of the guard. Mm-hmm. I have seen since the Xbox Series X launch, and not just the Xbox Series X launch, it was a three-pronged series of events happen. The unparalleled and unquestioned now success of Game Pass, right? That drug people kicking and screaming that didn't want to realize and accept that this was the future. A Netflix-like gaming service, the launch of the Xbox Series X, and it basically proven everything it said it was going to be, and Xbox buying ZeniMax and Bethesda. Yeah. So that last year, to me, was the hugest shift in gaming ever, right? And so now you have a situation where Xbox gave these guys something they were asking for the longest time, a roadmap. We know that Perfect Dark is coming. We know that the Elder Scrolls 6 is coming and is exclusive. We know that Starfield, I didn't even know what Starfield was a year ago. Now I know what Starfield is. We know that that's exclusive. We know that all these Bethesda games. We now know that if you want to play Doom, if you want to play The Evil Within, if you want to play, God damn it, I'm forgetting half this shit. But if you want to play these games,
Prey, a week ago that Fallout.
If you want to play Fallout, these huge franchises, you now have to get behind Xbox, right? Yeah. So that was enough to I think push the needle and make people say, whoa. But when you have Flight Simulator getting high scores on Metacritic, when you have Psychonauts 2 getting high scores on Metacritic, and when you have Forza Horizon 5 getting high scores on Metacritic, remember the same Metacritic that many of the Xbox community, as you said, I don't care about Metacritic. I don't. And I've always said that Metacritic being a review aggregate is questionable. It's as questionable as Rotten Tomatoes, and that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother podcast. But all these things, Unlimited Production and Tuckmaster, all these things are what I call casual attractors. Right. Casual attractors. Because casual people, they can't think for themselves. I'm sorry, that's just change my opinion. Casuals can't think for themselves. They need the media to think for them. They need a review aggregate site to think for them. They need a vendor or manufacturer of a product to tell them what they want. People like us can think for ourselves. People like us can weed through the bullshit, right? So
Right.
all these people now who are now all of a sudden coming back to Xbox, Destin Legary, Ryan McCaffrey, who was IGN's Xbox guy and never tried to hide his disdain for Xbox
No.
the entire 9-year period of the Xbox One. And I watched this guy for a long time, and I had to hear people say, "E-Rock, you're just a hater. You're just a hater. You're just a hater because you're not a video game journalist." And my thing always was, maybe you're right. Maybe I am a hater, but also when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, journalism and journalists held themselves to a higher standard. You didn't call yourself the Philadelphia Eagles reporter and trash the Eagles every 5 seconds. Because
Right.
what would happen was the owner of the Eagles would call you in the office and like, look, I appreciate your blunt honesty about our fucked up season, but you take a shit a little bit too far, right? Ryan McCaffrey has shown nothing but disinterest in being IGN's Xbox guy for years. So now to see these guys suddenly jumping back on board, to see these casuals suddenly jumping back on board, you would think to see Dustin Legary, who, I mean, he hasn't been as vocal as Ryan McCaffrey or even, damn it, Colin Moriarty, the legendary PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
And these guys all came from IGN, but he hasn't been as vocal. But he was part of the fucking peanut gallery. He was part of the peanut gallery. Xbox needs to do better. Xbox needs to get more games. Xbox needs to do better. Xbox needs to do better. What happened to Xbox? So now to see all of these guys suddenly wanting to jump back in, you would think we should be celebrating like, yeah, hooray, we won. We changed the mind of all these Xbox haters. And my thing is like, no, man, keep that same energy y'all had yesterday. Xbox sucks. Xbox needs to do better. Don't jump back on board now that Xbox is a success. Don't jump back on board now that Xbox willed Game Pass into being a success. Don't jump back on board now that Sea of Thieves has over 25 million or whatever it is players. Don't jump back on board now that Forza Horizon 5 has broken Metacritic. Look, it's so disingenuous. Unlimited production and talk.
Put.
It's so fake and so corny. It's so bullshit. It'd be like if everybody suddenly, hey man, DC started killing it, and to me they have been killing it, but I mean really smashing it. And all of a sudden everybody comes back over. Oh, I love DC films. Like, whoa, wait a minute. Wasn't y'all the same motherfuckers as saying Batman vs Superman was trash?
Yeah.
Aren't y'all the same motherfuckers that said that? No. I don't want you back. You can't come back because myself, Tuckmaster, Colin wasn't in this. Excuse me. Sorry, Unlimited Production wasn't in this long. I'm fucking up, man. I'm fucking up. My bad, dude.
Thanksgiving ain't here yet, man. What do you?
Oh man. Like where we was out here putting in work. Hebot was out here. They literally took Hebot, made him carry the cross to the center of town, and nailed him on the cross because he was Team Xbox. For years, they made a mockery of this man and his family, over games, over his preference in a box. And now, you motherfuckers that made a mockery of the Xbox community want to come back. Now, all of a sudden, you got all of these guys that I enjoy, like, oh no, it's Alex and Fratenka making fun of the ponies. And we was doing that for years. And not just making fun of the ponies, making a profit off of this shit. Right. And I'm like, there's people out there who've been putting in this work, like Microboxer X, like the Welsh Gamer, like the big Blackie Lebowski, the Big Kahuna, Mr. 100. I'm gonna give him a shout out. He bought most of all. And the reason why I keep saying he bought is because nobody. I got into skirmishes here and there. I got into skirmishes every once in a while with Black
Yeah.
Bond or whatever little lunatic was following me. But he about went to war with everybody
Yeah.
for 6 years, and nobody gives that man any credit. That man has less than 1,000 subscribers. It's bullshit. It's disingenuous to see all of these people now hopping back on the Xbox bandwagon. And I can only speak for myself. I don't want you back. I'm not going to celebrate the Xbox change your mind because y'all should have always been Team Xbox. Y'all should have been playing Sea of Thieves. Y'all should have been playing State of Decay 2. Y'all should have been playing Quantum Break. Y'all should have been celebrating games like Super Lucky's Tale. But no, all we had to hear was 1080p, Spider-Man, God of War. How dare you come back now? It's disingenuous, and I have no respect for any of them. Okay? And I'm sorry to be so long-winded, but this kind of bothers me to see these motherfuckers coming back now and claiming victory, and even more, the temerity to think that it was y'all bitching and complaining that made Xbox have a turnaround. The fucking the gall that you have when none of us had anything to do with it. Not me, not it was Phil Spencer coming into Xbox in 2014 and saying, okay, it's going to take us a while to dig ourselves out of this hole that the media dug for us, because they were putting out great games. Yep. Okay, Rise Son of Rome, Forza Horizon 2, Quantum Break, Sunset Overdrive. They were putting out great games, but y'all didn't want to hear that 1080p, 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 DRM. Y'all weren't trying to hear that. Okay, while PlayStation struggled, they didn't get a good game out until 2016, which was Uncharted. So this is mind-boggling to me that these people now not only want to take credit for Xbox's turnaround, but come back now and celebrate. I don't want to celebrate with these people, Unlimited Production and Tuckmaster. I don't want to break bread with these people. I don't want to talk to these people. If I was in a room with Dustin Ligari and all these people, I would leave the room. I would kindly leave the room and go to the bar and have a drink. I don't want to commiserate with these frauds, because people like Hebot and myself was out here getting stoned for liking Xbox. And I'm sorry to be so long-winded, but that's how I feel about it, man. This is mind-boggling to me that more Xbox people like yourself, like you're doing today, aren't calling us out. Like, wait a minute. Y'all hated Xbox yesterday. Y'all back on board today. This is bullshit. This is disingenuous. Call these frauds out. I'm sorry, man, but that's how I feel.
Hey, man, that was perfectly put, and that's exactly why I wanted you here today, man. Because I knew you're going to put it in a way that just summed it up wonderfully. And before I give my extra thoughts, I want to hear from Tuckmaster, because Tuck is the one guy who I probably haven't even heard his opinion on at all on the matter. So, Tuck, man, give me your thoughts, my brother.
Well, I tell you right now, man, the way I see it is like this. What E-Rock, everything what E-Rock said is true. I mean, these people, it just mind blows me how all of a sudden we went through the Xbox One generation getting trashed on, with the 1080p, the DRM.
Xbox has no games.
Xbox has no games. The Kinect and all that stuff. Yeah. That's amazing how we had to go through all that stuff with everything that's going on. And I'm going to tell you right now, and if it wasn't because of Phil Spencer, he had his vision. He saved our brand, and I give him kudos for that. I give him serious kudos for that, because he's a gamer for number one. Yeah, he's a true gamer. Okay, he wanted to see the Xbox brand grow, and he knew what he had to do it, and he did it. But for these people to come back, like McCaffrey, all these other Xbox, all these other people that want to come back, and McCaffrey and Scooby Doo, and then what's his name, the Crap Gamer, and then Zaire, then all them, for them to turn around and go there and they still kind of slamming Xbox a little bit.
Yeah, backhanded. They do it backhanded.
Yeah, they do a backhand. I mean, in other words, it's either you are or you not.
Right.
I mean, I'm 100%. I'm 100% an Xbox. Like I said, I would never ever own a PS4 in my house at all. Like I said, I went through the trials and tribulations of a PS3, and I never did play it. I never did play it. I mean, the only love that game got was when my wife was doing her exercises. Outside of that, and a Blu-ray movie. Now, outside of that, I didn't play no games. I didn't play no games at all because the thing about it is when Sony, what people don't understand is that Sony told so many damn lies in the PS3 era. It's pitiful.
The PS3 era.
You know, they're gonna go to top.
You better dial it back to 1999, Negro.
Yeah.
You better dial it back. They've been lying for decades.
Well, you know what? If I have to dial it back that far, darn, they have lied. I mean, you know, with all these little connection things and all that stuff, and you know, people talking this, talking that. So like y'all, I mean, Xbox is not going anywhere. It's here to stay.
Yep.
It is not going anywhere. All I gotta say is this: y'all PlayStation fans, and y'all too, y'all are trying to get back on the grades of the Xbox too. We don't need you. We don't want you. Keep your ass afloat and keep your ass right there over there where your ass there on the PS5.
Yep.
With that damn broken ass controller. With your damn system ain't all that powerful at all. Can't do anything that the Xbox Series X can do at all. Period. What it boils down to, fellas, is that you know these people is trash. They trailer park trash, and that's all there will be is trailer park trash.
Trailer park trash.
Because
Love it.
Everything that we have had to go through, me, you, E-Rock, He-Bot, Sega Man, Mr. 100, and his group, everything that we done had to go through to turn around and keep our brand afloat, you know, they can't come back.
No.
That's even Kid Smooth. I didn't want Kid Smooth to even come back. Hell no. He keep his ass right where he at.
I mean, no, that was my dude. That was the dude that plucked me out of obscurity and gave me a mic. But like, you know, he been having a lot of dumb takes lately, and I could smell a dude that's chasing the bag, and I got no problem with that. Hell, I've been chasing the bag for years. I'm still trying to get something in that bag, but like, I'm not gonna. I don't know, man. It's just something disingenuous about sitting there and saying that Forza Horizon don't count. It's a racing game, and then you get completely owned.
Does count.
Count. But he got completely owned. Look what happened. How do you if you have followers? How do your followers still follow you when they like, damn, you got completely owned? I thought you said that Forza Horizon don't count because it's a racing game, and then this thing goes and breaks Metacritic. This thing goes in. It broke Metacritic. It broke the ponies. It broke King Thrash. He had a complete break with reality. Like damn. Like so. I don't know, man. This whole gaming space, this whole shit has gotten so crazy. And I know people are listening. Like, damn, man, y'all sound bitter. I'm not bitter at all. I'm enjoying gaming, which is my hobby. I'm enjoying Xbox. We got too much shit to play over here to be bitter. But I do feel some kind of way about these bandwagon jumpers. You know what they are? They're what we used to call tough. You follow football. Y'all both do. They was called fair weather fans.
Fair weather fans, yeah.
And here in Philadelphia, we had fair weather fans who weren't around when Coach Buddy Ryan was struggling with the Eagles, and then Coach Rich Kotite was struggling with the Eagles. But then, boom, when our last coach, Doug Peterson, took them to the Super Bowl in 2018, suddenly everybody wearing green. Like, where was y'all at when we were struggling? No, man, get on up out of here. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. And some folks may call it tribalism or whatever. I don't call it tribalism. I call it.
Go ahead. Well, E-Rock, when y'all won y'all last championship, that shit didn't last long. because as soon as y'all start losing, oh, they took off every damn thing. They
Well,
took off everything.
Well, I mean, it's better to we getting off topic, but I didn't mean to get us off topic, but it's better to win a Super Bowl finally than never win
Yeah,
one. But I'm just saying that
yeah,
I'm just saying
yeah.
that I observed that there was a lot of people that suddenly, when you're winning, is what I'm trying to correlate to. When you're
When you're winning,
winning,
it's
Yeah.
everything, but when it's
They jump.
not,
boom,
yeah.
Yeah,
boom.
when exactly. Sorry.
Oh
But
no, no,
yeah,
this your show. Go ahead.
yeah. Like you're saying, man. When you're winning, they come back and they see. This is what gets me, dog. It's when they pretend. And man, you put it perfectly when you said that they're busy being disingenuous. When they pretend that they've been Xbox fans all along, and that's been my thing with the likes of Destin and all this stuff, where he puts out videos like I'm an Xbox fan. I've been an Xbox fan. I'm like, Destin, were you an Xbox fan in 2013? Where you like if you ever seen that image of the dude holding up 1080p
That's him.
900 feet? Yeah,
That's
that
him.
was him. So were you an Xbox fan that back then when you were making videos like that and content like that for your channel? Now when Erock shared a video that he made that Destin made at the end of it, Destin said something quite interesting to me. He said that in the year since the Series X came out and pretty much since he became an Xbox fan, quote unquote, his channel grew from like 20,000 subs to 75,000 subs. Some big ass jump like that, if I'm not mistaken. And that's when it clicked with me, like, oh, that's what he meant by he's an Xbox fan. Right now, Xbox got like we've been saying all year, Xbox got all the hype, got all the momentum. There ain't shit to talk about unless Xbox does something, man. That's where we're at with gaming. You know what I'm saying? You know, hell, PlayStation fans hasn't stopped talking about Forza Horizon 5 since it came out back in November 5th. You know, so the gaming world is all about Xbox, where to be honest. And as a result, you know, a lot of people they're switching their content up, man. They're following what's popular. You know, they're doing what streamers do with the likes of Fortnite and all that shit. Where a lot of them streamers they hate fucking games like Fortnite, but they got these big followings and fans that are saying play Fortnite, and they giving them money and shit. So that's why they're talking about it. The moment Xbox has some type of slip up, and it'll be something minor because Xbox is in such a great position, they really can't fuck up anything right now, big time. But once Xbox gets some minor setback, they're going to be the first ones. Why? They're going to be the first ones on their videos talking down about it because that's what they always do, and that's what gets me. And you could say, "Oh, you're gatekeeping this, and that." I don't do that over video games. But however, I understand the principle of the matter, and it bothers me where somebody I watched for years, like Erock or Hebot, who've made excellent content who've been playing games, who have these amazing collections and so on, they don't get any other credit or any other benefits, but some random asshole does. It bothers me from that standpoint, man. It's not even about me. I haven't been doing this long enough to even care that much, but I do have an issue seeing the likes of Hebot and E-Rock, and I could tell when it bothers Hebot when shit like that happens, because they gave that dude hell, especially after what they revealed to me after getting to know y'all. It's even more aggravating the hell they put him through over fucking video games. So yes, I'm a quote unquote gatekeep, like you kids put it, man, because that's what kind of brought out this that's what brought out my energy on this topic is what I'm just seeing. And even earlier in the summer when we took that little break, I'll be the first one to admit it, man. When I saw a lot of people making money off what we've been doing forever, yeah, I was like, oh, what's the point of keep going? You know what I'm saying? It had to
Mm-hmm.
be like the love of gaming that brought us back, and the fact that I
Yeah.
love hanging out with y'all, right? I absolutely love stuff like this where we're just hanging out talking games with E-Rock and Tuck, and whenever Sega Man and Heba and them could join, it's always that's what it's all about for me in that sense. And hey, if we could grow out channels, wonderful, man. I badly want to see y'all hit over 1,000 subscribers like I have, especially like Hebot, Erock, and Sega Man, because they both. I mean, all three of them bring out some great content that is just it's just going unnoticed for no reason. Oh, because E-Rock curses. So fucking what? Dude, he's a hood dude from Philly. If you've never been from Philly, you don't know how grimy of a city that is. And if you
We got a reason. We got a reason to curse.
yeah, exactly. All right. So you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I have to say on this, man. It just sucks to see where it's turned to. I don't, and there is hypocrisy. It is what it is. People have gotten mad at me for saying Xbox fans are being hypocrites and stuff, but you look, you can't for years say that Metacritic don't matter and this and that, and then all of a sudden it does. In my brain, that shit don't register, and it don't make no sense. I don't suffer from short term memory loss, y'all. I remember all the shit that went down in this bullshit community. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's been so much of it, and I can hear the people in the well, your audience seems to be pretty smart.
Yeah,
me and Hebot and Sega Man attract all kinds of lunatics, but I can hear people saying right now, well, you guys just sound mad and bitter. I'm not mad and bitter about anybody. I'm not mad and bitter because I've been trying to get the black YouTubers together forever so we can form a coalition to help everybody grow. Yep. They don't want to do it. I tried. They don't want to do it. I'm not mad about that. And excuse my French because I know everybody thinks I'm racist. I'm not racist. I just have a way of explaining things. And if it comes off as being racist, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I'm 52 years old and like Unlimited said, I'm from West Philly. I'm an eloquent dude. I went to college, but this is just how I talk. And it's the only way I can express myself by saying I tried to get the black YouTubers together so we could form a coalition so that we could make some money like our Caucasian counterparts who have come out of nowhere. I never heard of, oh no, it's Alex. I enjoy his videos. I enjoy the off-brand Ben Affleck's videos for Tanga. These white boys have come out of nowhere and tell you every week that they're making money. And I'm like, that why can't that be me and Hebot? Why couldn't we have all gotten together and helped us, me, Mr. 100, New Legal? Why couldn't we have gotten together and made that money? We can't do it because K Mega is angry at this guy. This guy's mad at this guy. This guy want to fight this guy. This guy can't rock with Hebot because Hebot's a Republican. I don't give a shit that Hebot's a Republican. The same way that Hebot shouldn't give a shit. Did I drink or the Tuck can knock out a neck bone in 2 seconds? That's none of our business. You know what I mean? We are gamers and we should be supporting each other the way our Caucasian counterparts support each other. And because I mentioned the disparity in YouTube and the disparity in the YouTube algorithm, that I am racist. You know what I mean? And my problem isn't with our Caucasian friends at YouTube who have figured out a way to become successful. I applaud them. If you can get that money from Google, get it. I want to get it too. That's why I got into this business. But there is something wrong with YouTube's algorithm when an Instagram model who has 0 videos up can have 47,000 subscribers, and me and Hebot been banging out here for 6 years and have barely scratched past 1,000. It took me 6 years to get 1,000. Hebot hasn't reached 1,000 yet. Sega Man hasn't reached 1,000 yet. Something is wrong with the algorithm. Something's not right, And I said a long time ago that I wasn't going to make any more sensational videos trashing PlayStation games because it was ridiculous and disingenuous of me, even though my channel is satire, to talk about games that I haven't played. Something that people like King Thrash and others could learn a lesson from. These guys and Jabari who haven't played Forza, or if they have played Forza, they played the lowest quality version of it and are trying to pass their reviews off as being genuine. My biggest problem with this community is that we don't stick together. We don't support each other. And there's too many people in the community that are disingenuous. And if there's one thing that I have stood for, guys, I have stood for, we need people in the community that we can trust. We do not have that. And it's the reason why Unlimited Production has become a voice for this community. It's the reason why Tuck is a voice. It's the reason why Hebot is a voice. Because yeah, it bothers me to see all these guys coming back now, wanting to claim credit for Xbox, wanting to claim credit for Xbox's success. Hell, Crap Gamer himself even said last year, well, Xbox is doing better because we all complained. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was absurd. The $1 trillion company whose decisions are based on some random asshole's YouTube video. It makes such little sense that it's impossible not to clown somebody when they say something that's stupid.
Like you have a hot take like that. Like your vendetta against Phil Spencer because he publicly embarrassed you 6 years ago is why Xbox is doing better. Like,
That's crazy.
wow, it's crazy. But I mean, I digress, man. It's just, you know, I enjoy Xbox. I enjoy gaming. Uh, I fancy myself a gaming historian.
Mhm.
I can only hope to get as good as Hebot and Sega Man, but sometimes this gaming community, it's just, I'm not going to say it frustrates me. It baffles me. It
Yeah.
baffles me how people continually tune into a Crap Gamer or continually tune into a Saltiest Gaming, and these guys have the words gaming in their channels, but you see no gameplay.
Well,
Like how? Like what? Like how's that possible?
and another thing that always bothered me is that they just flat out lie to their audience and somehow still have an audience. I don't get it. I never seen a situation outside of politics where people just get blatantly lied to and still fucking follow those people. That's what really baffles me. Because I remember when I saw a Crap Gamer video, and look, I've been saying for years I thought his content sucked when he was an Xbox guy, because I remember I would watch his videos and it'll be shit like Xbox destroyed PlayStation. Click here to find out why. Then when you watch it, it's some bullshit video. It's some bullshit video where all he's doing is mumbling. He sounds like fucking Jabberjaws and shit on his videos. And it's like, this dude ain't, his content fucking sucks. Why do people like this? Meanwhile, around that same time, I'm finding E-Rock and E-Rock E-Rock X, man, and he's going raw in these videos and he's talking about hey, Sea of Thieves, this and that. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And that's why I was leaving long ass comments on your channel, because I used to go in on E-Rock's comment section, man. His videos used to have me writing fucking essays in his comments. But that's because you're putting things so well, I couldn't help but throw my 2 cents in, because like finally somebody who's making some sense, and it didn't matter to me that at the time you had like 600 subscribers or some shit. But that's what always got me. I don't know how these people just keep lying, and they be just flat out lying, man. King Thrash lying on his videos and all them shit, man, and somehow have a following.
Huge
That is beyond
followings.
me.
Huge followings.
Right.
Is baffling. But and you know, man, it's so crazy now because I was going through some of my old videos a night ago, right?
Uh-huh.
And some of my videos from 2018 and 2017. And listen. I have no ability to predict anything. Okay, if I could, I would predict that lottery number, that
Right.
Powerball number, and it's a wrap, right?
Right.
But in 2018, I made a video where I sort of told people in that last generation that it was going to take Phil Spencer a while to turn Xbox around. Xbox didn't need saving or fixing. Xbox needed to be tweaked, right?
Right.
And nobody, not Crap Gamer, not any of these guys, not King Thrash, not anybody, not Zaire, nobody had the patience to just support the brand and just wait, right?
Exactly.
Everybody wants to go where everybody else is,
Yep.
what the popular thing is, and to have stood there for so long and to be a new legal, I'm gonna give him his props, and to be a Mr. 100 and to be a Blackie Lebowski and to be a Hebot and to be a Unlimited Production and to be a Microboxer X and a Welsh Gamer and to have endured all of that, to be a Tuckmaster and to have endured all of that takes stamina, it takes self-awareness, and it takes mental maturity, which a lot of times I've let people get under my skin, But the mental maturity it took for y'all to just be like, look, I'm not going to jump in with the in crowd because PlayStation is popular. I enjoy what Xbox brings to the table. That took a lot because we saw a lot of guys crack. Didn't we, Tuck? We saw
Oh, a lot.
we saw a lot of guys crack. Crap Gamer was one of them. A lot of guys from Tuck Master's old podcast, the Direct X podcast, Kaleidoscope, goddamn, Ghost Rider. You know, respect to all those guys, but a lot of them cracked. And Zaire cracked. And Zaire, Next Gen 720, the reason why he cracked was because he does broadband bullies. And he had them PlayStation dudes in his ear every day. And he didn't have the mental maturity to just tune that noise out. Phil Spencer even though I didn't understand what he was doing in 2017 and 2018 Unlimited Production, right. I didn't understand what he was doing. I didn't understand why he was so quiet and why he wouldn't fight back. I didn't understand why he took a month-long trip to Japan in 2018. I didn't understand any of that. I understood why he fucking got his money back from Platinum Games. I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't understand why he disbanded Lionhead Studios. I didn't understand any of that. He had to make moves that everybody hated, including myself. He had to make moves that everybody hated, Crap Gamer, like putting games on PC to get Xbox to where it is today. Get Xbox to where they could drop $7.5 billion on ZeniMax and Bethesda. Yep. I get it now. I understand now. I have clarity. But to see all of these people now wanting to jump back on board, not to keep beating a dead horse, to see all these people wanting to jump back on board because Xbox is doing good now, it's so disingenuous. I want y'all to keep that same energy. I don't want to keep going back in circles with this man, but I mean, what? Dustin Legary, really? I remember that fucking article that Unlimited Productions talking about. He was the guy. He was one of the guys in the media that fed into this whole 1080p shit.
Fed on it hard. Fed on it hard, E-Rock. He was one of those people who was talking about Quantum Break and dynamic resolution and all this other stuff at IGN. And like you said, disingenuous. I remember earlier this year after the Snyder Cut came out, and all of a sudden people love Batman vs Superman, the same movie that we were defending forever. You were definitely defending on your videos, and me as a lifelong DC fan, I remember when people hated that fucking movie in 2016, and I saw it in theaters. I was like, did we watch the same film? And then the same thing happened to Xbox, where now it's like, not only do they like Xbox now, okay, opinions change, it happens. Now they're retroactively changing their opinion as if and it's the internet age. It's not like you can't go back and see the shit that they used to do. That's what drives me crazy.
Yes.
Guys like Ryan McCaffrey, Xbox fans will die for God of War. Really? God of War. The game that God of War came out the same year as State of Decay 2 and Sea of Thieves. And which two games are still being supported, Tuck?
He fell asleep, man.
Wow, that's why I called his name.
No, I'm still here, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, Tuck. Like I said, God of War came out in 2018, the same year as State of Decay 2 and Sea of Thieves. Which two games are still being supported?
Oh, hell, both.
Yeah, exactly. And so when Ryan McCaffrey sat up there, and again, these guys, they look. What is it I always said, E-Rock? The world has a recency bias problem where they base their opinion off what happens at that moment. And the problem with doing that is that when you're not thinking long term, or at least just sticking to your guns, as time goes by, the real truth comes out. And PlayStation would kill for Sea of Thieves. 12 million players still getting updates in 2021. 25 million players. They'd kill for State of Decay 2. 12 million players still getting
Stadia would have killed for that.
Yeah. Oh, Stadia would have really killed for that.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And now I got a question I want to ask y'all.
Yeah, what's up?
Now there's a couple games on the PS5 right now that they're not even supporting now. Which 5 are them?
Tuck, they don't support any of their games. And you don't know how I know this? The top
That's
10 playing
exactly.
games, all of them were multi-plat except for 2. And they really don't support Japanese games because I don't think any of them were Japanese games on their top 10 played games. So all that stuff that they threw in your face last generation, Xbox needs Japan and all this other shit. It's wonderful how all of that was proven false. Every single talking point, E-Rock, was proven wrong.
Hey, listen,
No,
you know,
I mean, you get that right on the button here. That's what I always have said. That's what I always have said. Like this game that's out now, like Battlefield right now. Like I said,
Right.
I'm not paying no 50, no 60 some odd dollars for a game
$70.
that does not have single player.
Yeah.
I am not gonna spend. I mean, I'm not gonna spend no $69 on a game that just got a single player. I want both. I want both elements, and I don't get that why people don't want both. I mean, only thing they talk about is PlayStation's cinematics and all that stuff. Dude, come on now. There's more to the game than just cinematics.
Yep.
I mean, I want everything in a game that I can get. And for you to spend the money that you want to get, you need to, I mean, shoot, Returnal. Come on now. I mean, I ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to be spending over $69 for that game. Ratchet and Clank, single player experience, $69.
careful, that's game of the year this year.
Now what are people going to do with that game? They're going to wait till they get down to the bargain bin,
Yep.
and then they're going to buy it. Okay, that's all it is to it.
Shit, man.
God of War, single player game.
Yep.
Once you play it, you want it done. Now you got jackasses like my friend. He swore that they always got games coming out. I said no, they don't. I said, so what are y'all doing? Y'all sitting here and playing these games over and over and over again. I said, this is what I told my friend. Like this. I said, like Gears of War. Okay, I got through with the single player. Once I got through with the single player, I wasn't interested in playing it no more. So what I did told him is he said, well, I said, well, you ain't a gamer. I said, no, I got the multiplayer. So I can play Gears of War online. I can play it online. You can't do any of that shit with a PlayStation game. They go, well, we got to go to the Tsushima, please. It's a beautiful game, but I don't see nobody talking about it anymore. I just get so tired of people. I just get so tired of people wanting to turn and say, well, they got beautiful single player games. Damn it, I just don't want a single player game. If I'm going to spend $69 for a damn game, it better have both.
I really do wish that I could have warned Unlimited Production about this years ago. I wish I could have stopped him, but I didn't. So, as a former subscriber of mine, man, I failed you. I really have. I wish I could have told you, dude, you might want to start an ASMR channel, or you might want to try a channel where you try on sneakers, because this has been, Unlimited Production's younger than us, Tuck, but me and you, man, it's time for retirement, bro. It's time to get the magazines from AARP.
Dude, I can't retire, man.
How long are we gonna be?
But I ain't gonna never retire.
How long are we going to be talking about? Unlimited. He hollered at me today, man. He said, "I got some stuff I want to get off my chest, man, that I didn't get off my chest this morning." It's like, this man is busy. This man has I can only imagine how beautiful his girlfriend is. And this man is spending his Sunday night talking about these fools that now want to come back to Xbox because Xbox is suddenly popular. It just, I wish I could have warned you, Unlimited Production, and we have failed you. Me, Hebot, we should have warned you years ago that, or maybe I know I said it in my videos, and maybe you didn't listen when I said that these PlayStation fans are fucking lunatics. And they've been lunatics for a long while. I remember seeing Colin Moriarty back in the PlayStation 3 era. Okay. These guys have been lunatics for a long while about this console. This console war is never going to end. For some reason, it got really crazy after the announcement of Xbox 360. They didn't really care about the OG Xbox. We were like, for those who weren't around for the OG Xbox, we were like the outsiders. We were like the guys that were in the know. And it was a small little club, and nobody really messed with us. Nobody cared that we had the best games and the best multiplats, and nobody really cared. Everybody stayed in their lane. It was something about the announcement of the Xbox 360 that drove these dudes crazy, and it continues to this day. It continues to this day. So to see these people, I'm with you 100%. Unlimited production. I know that you're too busy and have too fulfilled of a life to be having a grievance about these frauds coming back to Xbox. Tuck has too full of a life, and I'm too tired to even care. But I will say it does strike a nerve with me to see Destin Legary and Colin McCaffrey suddenly smiling and buck dancing and saying, "Yay, Xbox!" And I'm like, wait a minute, you guys trashed Xbox for so long. Don't how dare you? It's just it's mentally exhausting almost, the gymnastics you have to do to keep up with all of this bullshit. And Tuck, why?
Well, I'll put like this, y'all. I'll put like this. As far as me going to retirement, as long as we got these damn ponies around, I ain't never going to retirement. So let's get that straight up the bot, okay?
You gonna fight these motherfuckers? You gonna fight these motherfuckers to the end, Tuck?
Hey man, dude.
Tuck it.
As long as these damn ponies out there, they talking all that crap about Xbox, I'm gonna always be irrelevant, okay? Hey, dude, I'm not that old yet. I love my brand. I love Xbox. I love my wife. I love my kids and all that stuff. But when it comes down to this stuff right here, hey, man, Xbox is it as far as I'm concerned. I mean, these Sony ponies can talk all the noise they want to. They can go in and talk all about 13 million system they got out there and all that stuff. But there's only one thing about it, and I love what you said the other doggone day, and you prove a point in limited. You talk about the percentage don't add up. The percentages don't add up. It don't add up. So how the hell are you gonna turn and tell me that you got 13.5 million out there, but all of a sudden, at first you had 21. Then you went back to 13. Now all of a sudden there was a prediction saying that y'all went to 12, but Xbox got 6. Come on, y'all.
No matter what year it is, or no matter what decade it is, it's going to be the 24th century with Captain Kirk and Picard. And Sony will be, if they're still around, Sony will be saying that they sold 13 million or something, and Xbox only sold 2.
Right. But I love what Unlimited said yesterday. But I love what he said yesterday, that that you think about it. They're gonna talk about all about, but there's only one thing about it. And I love what he said. He said, how many of these bots is really got these systems? So how can you count that? I mean, you can't count that in the 13 million. I mean, you can, but I mean, but they're not selling because they got. I mean, like you said, nobody ain't gonna go out there and buy these damn systems for $1,500.
So Sony has never let the truth. Sony has never let the truth stop their fiction, and this was back when they was a baller,
just like their fans.
Yeah. This was back when Sony was a big time player in entertainment, when they had computers and televisions and all of that stuff. Man, I remember the announcement of the PS2, man, and what the hell was his damn name? God damn it, I'm getting old when I can't remember Ken Kutaragi. I mean, that motherfucker never met a lie he wouldn't embrace. And then Kaz Hirai followed, and then Phil Harrison, and then Sean Layton, and all of these guys in the 2000s. It's just been. Have you noticed? It's been 1,000 bosses of Sony over the last 10 years, and only one Phil Spencer, and before him Steve Ballmer. Like, god damn, like yo, man, like I don't know, man.
Well, think about this, E-Rock. Just think about this, okay? What is the only thing that Sony got? What is the only thing that's keeping Sony alive?
The PlayStation.
And that's it. Okay?
The PlayStation.
So without the PlayStation being there, and don't forget, this is one thing I always told my friend. This is what I tell him. You only have sold 1.1 million copies of Ratchet and Clank. You only sold 500,000 copies of Returnal. Microsoft that beat that with one game, and that is with Horizon Motorsport 5.
Yep.
In other words, don't hand me that stuff about y'all playing games, because y'all not playing your games. This is what I told him. Okay, Ratchet and Clank is on both the PS4 and the PS5. Ain't no way in the world you're gonna be telling me that you're a businessman, that you happy with the numbers, and you got that many PS4s out there. Ain't no way in the heck you're gonna be happy. He gonna say, "Well, I would be happy." I said, "Well, your ass be out of business. Your ass be fired."
Yeah. Oh well,
the world, those investors are gonna be happy with those numbers.
These Sony guys, if you look at their tweets and listen to them talk, they're stock analysts. They're software developers. They're fucking venture capitalists. they got it all figured out.
Hey, you got a good point there. Because like my friend said, he gonna go by what Saltiest Gamer is saying. I said, dude, you gonna go by what who? Saltiest Gamer. I said,
oh my god,
that you need to go by.
Man, these guys have the nerve to be like, Microsoft should have did what Sony did.
Like what? Like wait a minute.
Man, that's crazy.
Game Pass.
Let me ask you this: what should have Microsoft done?
They're saying that Microsoft should have released all of their games on the console. On the console.
Oh yeah. Yeah, release it on the console first, then PC years later. and it's like, okay. All right, tell that to the success Forza Horizon had as the biggest launch ever, and see all the hype Halo's getting, and tell me you'll still do. If you tell me you'll still do that same strategy, man, I wouldn't hire you to wash my damn dishes.
Unlimited. We you and I, man, we get together, put on some suits and get cleaned up. We know how to talk the lingo. We know how to talk the white folk lingo. Yeah. But that's a hard sell for me and you to walk into a board of directors and say, guys, listen, here's what we're going to do. We are not going to get all the money now. we're going to get half of the money now and get the rest of it in 2023. How's that sound? Them motherfuckers will call security.
Let me tell you right now. Now these doggone ponies out here they really think this too. And they really do think this. Okay. Since Sony gonna go to PC, and I'm gonna tell you this first. Do not be surprised, and I'm gonna tell these Sony ponies this straight up. That once your games come out day one, don't be surprised if they don't go to PC day one either.
Oh,
that's inevitable.
Especially if y'all don't buy y'all games.
That's inevitable, Tuck. Look, like you just said, Ratchet and Clank sold 1.1 million copies in a world where Forza Horizon had over 10 million players, had over a million players before the official release, which means that people spent money to play it in some form or fashion. So spare me on this idea that's look, the PlayStation community should retire the word never, because every time they say something's never going to happen, it does anyway. And to save themselves the embarrassment, just retire that word. If you think something's never going to happen, just stop right there, because it is. It's been proven already way too fucking much. And like E-Rock was saying, man, on how this all started. Remember, in the PS2 era, of course they didn't care. PlayStation 2 had like 90% of the console market, and they had insane third party support. I remember the GTA games went to the PlayStation
Yep.
2 first and all this other stuff, and they'd get all these games that like Metal Gear Solids, which weren't coming to Xbox and all this stuff until the 360, and the 360 just turned that upside down. All of a sudden, the casuals were on the 360, and that market exploded for Xbox. And I don't really give a fuck about the casual market, and because like E-Rock said, they're the ones who need to be told, what's popular and stuff, and they're just going to hype on whatever's hot at that moment. But that's what happened, man. They had a 90% of the console market, something crazy like that, because that PS2 sold like 150 million copies or consoles, while the Xbox sold around the 26 to 30 range. And thank you. I do not know how to pronounce that. Agaratos Henosis.
Damn.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother.
God damn. His name sounds like a fucking chemical weapon that James Bond has to find before. God damn.
Yeah,
holy
man,
shit.
that one's quite the name. But yeah, man, hey guys, we're going. It's been about an hour, so we're going to start giving our final thoughts and enjoy the rest of our Sunday.
That's right.
But before we close out, look, the Xbox. I love gaming on the Xbox. It's pretty obvious if you see my channels, all Xbox games, unbox videos, all Xbox related. I love gaming on it. I love the community. That's why I've been speaking up about all the bullshit going on I've been seeing. So I actually look, as rough as the Xbox One generation was for Xbox, at least it cleaned up the community, man. It got rid of a lot of fucking a lot of fucking weirdos, a lot of fucking snakes and all that stuff. And the people that are left were real cool. Red Dead Panda, cool chick, good, cool dude. 100, hilarious and entertaining as always. I became friends with the likes of E-Rock and Hebot and Tuck and all that. You know what I'm saying? None of that wouldn't have happened if this generation wasn't as crazy as it was, and it came down to like this almost tight knit group of gamers who were just saying, "God, Xbox is great," So look. I gave the warning on Sega Man Show. I'm going to give the warning now, Xbox fans. I promise you, it's going to get rough in the next few years as casuals start jumping in, as people like Destin, who has far larger platforms than we do, their fans going to start bringing their bullshit over. I promise you, it's going to happen. And all I'm just saying, look, I've been telling y'all, oh, awesome controller there, Tuck. Yeah, that 20th anniversary controller is nice. But let me finish what I was saying. But let me finish what I was saying here, man. Look, I've just given the warning now. I'm not going to be here forever arguing over this shit. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened I had a free weekend this weekend, right? That's why I'm doing all this stuff live. Or otherwise, I would have just been, doing my thing. So look, I'm not going to be here forever. I'm always going to be a gamer, but I'm not always going to be doing this shit forever because I don't have the same energy that and look, my girl calling me right now, so we really got to close it down soon. But since I don't have that same energy Hebot has, like God bless the man, but he could go at it with people. I can't do it, man. I give my opinion, then I'm back to life. So I know as much as I love, I'll always be an Xbox dude. I'm not gonna do this forever. So enjoy it. Enjoy what Xbox is doing now and going forward. And hey guys, give your closing statements and let them know where you can find them. Starting with you, Tuck.
Hey everybody, this is your boy DJ Tuck Master. But let me tell you right now, this is my final thought. I'm gonna give my boy Hebot all the love in the world, because this controller right here is the reason why I got it, because he sent it to me.
Nice.
Okay, I couldn't find it nowhere
Yeah,
else.
that's nice. That's real nice.
See, this is what you call community love among all the Exile podcast boys.
Right.
Okay, all of us love each other because we always do things for each other, no matter what. I don't see nobody else doing what we doing.
Right.
Okay, besides besides 100 and his group and all that stuff, I don't see nobody else do it. But I gotta give Hebot all this credit in the world. Hebot, I love you, and I'm glad that that you did send this to me. And and you're a good guy, and don't let nobody take your thunder away from you. But as far as I'm concerned about my thoughts, unlimited production. See, you like I am. I don't do the things that Hebot or E-Rock does as far as like getting into with these butt heads and everything. But once I do get on here, it can last forever. It's just that we just voice our opinion and go on with life.
Yeah, that's
it's just our opinion.
Yeah, that's
it's
why
just our opinion. We're going with life.
Yeah, that's why I don't argue, Tuck, because I did that. Look, I told the story before. 3 a.m. somebody was hitting me up talking about video games, and that was the last time. I was like, nah, I can't argue with people for that long. I'll never be afraid to speak my mind. But I am not wasting my fucking time arguing over video games all the fucking day. It's just repeating myself. But thank you, Tuck. And E-Rock, your closing thoughts and where we could find you, my man. Then we're gonna shut it down for the night.
Y'all can always find me on my YouTube channel. And my closing thoughts are enjoy unlimited production while you can. Enjoy all of us while you can, man, because this is coming to a close, man. But I love my Exile brothers. I'm glad I met all of you guys. And hopefully a day will come when we can just get together and just talk about gaming and not have to concern ourselves with these frauds, these fakers, these fools, these charlatans, these scalawags, these frauds. You know what I mean? But thank you for taking time out of your Sunday night, Tuck, and Unlimited. Always great to talk to you guys. And y'all all have a good Sunday.
All right. And thank you, everybody, for joining. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, especially for those of us in the U.S., because I don't think other countries celebrate it. But whatever the case is, enjoy your Thanksgiving. We'll see y'all next Sunday on E-Rock X channel for the Thanksgiving version of the Exiled podcast. And with that, we are out.
All right.
And